All right, there are a couple of medical hot topics. Doesn't that make you think of the mall? Hot topic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sabaros.
Yeah. Oh, the grease is Sabaros. All right, that have us talking. And Dr. Kohli, hello, my love.
Hi. For me, it was Cinnabon.
Oh, yeah.
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon.
And remember
like
Auntie Anne?
Wetzel's pretzels.
No one ever got
smells.
pretzels, let's be honest.
Yeah, I never got
I never understood.
All right, well, Dr. Kohli is here.
What's a giant pretzel in the middle of the day?
A lot of bread. They're saying move on in our ears. All right.
I get it.
Deion Sanders recently, and this is, I did not know this, it's news to me, one of the fastest NFL players ever, had 2 of his toes amputated because of blood clots. Can you tell us, how does this happen, and is this common? And should we look out for any signs?
So in his particular case, it was actually a complication of a surgery that he had. So he had a problem with his toe, had surgery on the toe, and then when the toe was healing, he noticed it's turning purple and then black, meaning it wasn't healing normally, it wasn't getting blood flow. And he also has a family history of a clotting disorder, so he is higher risk for having clots after surgery. Anytime we have surgery, we damage the blood vessel, so it becomes higher risk for clotting. So he developed a clot which was preventing blood from getting down to his foot, and his whole leg sort of swelled up. It's a condition called compartment syndrome. Now, the way to treat that is to fillet open the leg, essentially to release the pressure, but they couldn't save the toe because the tissue had already gotten damaged. So they actually had to cut off the toe to save him. And thankfully, it's only the toe. I've seen it been the foot or even sometimes the entire leg.
Wow, thank you for that.
Just crazy because he's one of the fastest human beings on the planet.
Yeah, those toes are so important.
The irony, yeah. Well, this next story is so crazy. The Hills star Heidi Montag was seen eating raw, I believe, bison meat, raw liver, to help her get pregnant. Is this a good idea for women that want to get pregnant? And more than that, how dangerous is this?
So I want to start with the full disclosure that I am vegetarian, obviously support the plant-based diet for heart health. There's a lot of fake news on the internet and on social media that eating organ meat can actually help enrich you with vitamins. So let's kind of tease out what's fake and what's real. So yes, organ meats are very high in vitamins. In fact, in small amounts, they can actually have more vitamins than eating the muscle part of the animal, which doesn't have as many vitamins and nutrients. But you have to be real careful because, number one, there's no compelling scientific evidence that it helps with fertility. In fact, the opposite. Eating too much meat can increase your cholesterol, make you obese, make you diabetic, and that can actually impair your fertility. And then number two, there are risks to this, Alice, you pointed out, Dr. Jackson.
Thank you.
He's not a doctor.
That you could have, if the CDC says you eat uncooked food, you could get, obviously Salmonella, E. coli, but you could also get mad cow disease.
Oh, boy.
If you eat uncooked brain, for example, which is a fatal illness. So you have to be real careful when you see some of this, and I almost wonder if some of this is for attention.
It's stunt, don't you think? It's a stunt?
I agree.
Eating a cow heart. Yeah, I think it's for
a bison liver.
for attention.
Very disgusting. All right, so let's switch gears now. There's new research out about how fat is stored. How might this help specifically women who struggle with obesity, and should a man be asking this question?
Are you asking for Jordan?
Yes, yes.
She looks amazing, in my opinion.
Jeff, you can sleep on my couch tonight.
And we'll be looking for a job over the weekend.
So, it's interesting because the research really begs the question. Animal research helps us inform decisions that we make about people. And it tells us women and men are not the same in how we gain weight. We store fat differently. We store in different parts of our body, and it confers different risk to us. So they took these animals and they knocked out this one gene, and they fed them all high-fat diets. And the male mice lost weight on that diet.
Of course they did.
And the female mice gained weight.
Of course they did.
Exactly.
Every woman is like, yes, they did. Sorry, continue.
So harder for us women, of course. But again, lends a lot of information about how we design not just a obesity drug, but a female-specific obesity drug. Also maybe for certain body types. If you are an apple, where you hold on to weight everywhere, including your waist, your risk and your ways to lose that weight are going to be different than somebody who's a pear or an hourglass or an inverted triangle.
Or cauliflower.
Could you make that up?
That's a big head.
Well, it's also lumpy. I felt I was.
Oh, stop it.
A squash? Okay, whatever. I was trying to be fine. So that's interesting that they need to do direct to women fat loss direct research for women is different than men.
Well, what I think it really says, Tori, is that our medicine is a blunt object right now. We're doing the same thing for everyone. We need to personalize it. We need to look at genetics. We need to look at gender. We need to look at lifestyle habits. And we need to look at the person's preferences when we're designing drugs or dietary interventions.
Should we look at mice now as male toxicity animals?
Oh, you're the worst.
We should cancel them.
Thank you, doctor. Mice are now canceled. Thank you very much, doctor.
Just the male mice.
Of course.
Just the boy mice. Now, if you have a question you want answered by Dr. Kohli, just write us on social media. You can also email us at info@dailyblastlive.com. Thank you again for being here and putting up with us.